The following is a fan-based discussion. All materials discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, Saban Entertainment, and Subaru Productions. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tokucast Top 10 show.
You did good.
Top 10.
Matt's learning.
Mine.
So is Marcus, unfortunately.
Anyway, as part of kind of a new series-ish that we're doing within Top 10s, we're doing another Top 10 Finales, but this time Kamen Rider Finales.
Yes!
And the best of them.
Yes, and the best of them.
There will be no vegetables this time.
R.I.P. and...
Top 10 Kamen Rider Finales, number 10.
Number 10, we got Kamen Rider Den-O.
I still like as many problems as I have with this show. And
Because of lack of plot?
That, but a lot of the problems just because of the fact they milked it too hard. They really did, and they still do. But yeah. I still like this ending. You know, it's all about memories and how time is working for your memories and things like that. And that's really the only way that the Imogens end up coming back when they're fighting Orb. But I still really end up liking just the way that this show ends. And I still like this cast, especially our main character, because he is everything right now. He's in Inuyashiki?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's in the live action version of that now.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be fun to watch.
He's that, Kenshin, what else?
Dunno.
He was also in some other shows. I should really watch some of his other stuff because I like his actor. But yeah.
He's a good actor.
I still like the end of Den-O. It's you know, a fun enough show, although I have a lot of issues with it that will end up coming when we end up doing a Den-O month in 4 weeks.
And it's going to be fun.
But yeah, number 9.
Number 9, we have Kamen Rider Ryuki.
Oh, Ryuki. Shinji died for 15 minutes.
It was not that
long. Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't that long.
It felt like it was.
Not to me, it didn't.
But yeah, I still love the ending of this show. Especially because, once again, he's not the main character. He's the other main character.
He is the main character.
Rin was much more of a main character than Shinji was.
I would call it a dual protagonist.
I would too, but it felt a little bit stronger.
Ryuki is more your audience character.
Yeah. Rin is much more...
He's more the traditional hero.
Yeah. And I still really love the ending of this show. Them having to fight all of those monsters.
That ending fight in the city is really awesome.
Yeah.
And then right before that, Oja dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was so much death
About time.
show. So much death at the end of this show. I'm going to run at the police with a goddamn pipe.
Oh, he was in... By the way, Den-O was in the live-action Bakuman movie.
He was. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yes, he is. And now, right now he's in Inuyashiki.
Yeah, but he was in Ajin. I keep forgetting about that. He played the main character.
Anyway.
But yeah,
random tangent is random.
Yeah, I still love the ending of Ryuki. Even though, you know, they did restart the time to just make sure there were no monsters or riders or anything. Yeah. Because it felt like a natural progression for the end of that show. And I think that's made it that much better. Next, number 8, Kamen Rider Drive. Oh, Drive. I'm going to leave this one to you.
Drive, once it got into gear, no pun intended, absolutely intended.
RPM.
It really kind of hit the ground running. It got really serialized, and that finale was great. Watching the final fight between Drive and Heart was amazing, and then saying goodbye to Mr. Belt and having everything being locked away because Drive is no longer needed.
Until God got it back.
Yeah. Anyway. But
he was needed eventually.
And then the scene where... He was, I think the best scene of that finale is where he's stopped by the motorcycle cop that looks just like Chase.
Yeah.
And that's just right in the feels.
And this is going to hurt me to say because technically that was right before the actual ending of Drive. When they first meet Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost was great right before he actually premiered.
He was great before he existed.
He really did. Like, I remember...
You could say the same thing about Wizard.
There's that one scene of Shinosuke, like, on the phone, and you just see Ghost. Like, you just lean in, because Ghost was an asshole. I love Ghost. And every single time
you heard it here first, folks. Marcus said, I love Ghost.
Before he shows up in his actual show.
I can't wait for all the edited clips.
I want everyone to go to GIFmaker right now and make Marcus just, I love Ghost. Make I Love Ghost from Marcus a gift
and
now.
Spam the fuck out of us with it.
Please do.
Don't.
Go to Facebook, go to Patreon, go to Twitter, go to this comments
I'm going to get so many on Twitter, and it's going to be great, because I'm going to show them all to you because I know where you sit at work.
I will ignore it. But yeah,
He can forever.
Ghost, prior to his actual show, was a lot better of a character because I liked him in Surprise Future and I liked him at the end of Drive.
Yeah.
But once he got into his own show, go fuck himself. Oh wait, he can't. He's dead. Wait about 5 minutes, he'll be back to life, and then he'll die again.
What's next?
I wish I knew. Number 7, Kamen Rider Forze.
Power of friendship.
Power of graduation.
What is it with you and graduation?
I don't know. It's good. It's a great time for everyone. But I still love, that whole scene of, okay, this is my main problem with that. The fact that he ends up beating up the principal out of suit.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're talking about
I didn't mind.
just how much that principal did for them.
Yeah.
Because, he was a good principal. He's an evil guy, but he was a good principal. And, there's that, that weird juxtaposition between the two of them, but I still really liked that whole scene of them just, standing in the auditorium with that whole thing happening. Oh, it's such a good, I have a lot of problems with Forze, but I have a lot of things that I really like about that show too.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sort of excited to review it in a year. But I love how...
There's a lot between now and then that we gotta get to first.
I love how when I made this channel, I didn't think it was going to be a lot, but yeah, it's going to be a while before we get to Forze. At least 7 months. So, I'm excited for it.
Join us in 2019. Let's see. It's going to be a race. Are we going to review Forze first? Or will
Kingdom Hearts 3 come out?
Or will the next season of Game of Thrones come out?
Oh, no.
We're turning into that.
Oh, no.
We're turning into that.
We'll have 3, race counters.
Kingdom Hearts 3,
Game of
Thrones,
Game of Thrones,
Tokucast.
And we just keep getting farther and farther behind.
Next.
Next, number 6, Kamen Rider X8.
Your turn.
X8's ending. I love how they kept it realistic.
Haven't seen it.
They did a lot for just, there's still a lot we have to do. There are a lot of people who died, more or less, throughout this show. And, we haven't been able to bring them back. Just beating Kronos did not bring these people back. So
Except for Laser, who got brought back.
That was sort of a weird thing. But, there's just a lot left for them to do. And I like how they kept it a lot more realistic because of that fact.
Fair enough.
It's just, this is what it is. It's not done. And I love that. I thought it was great. A great way to just end this show on a much more bittersweet note than just somebody coming back for no reason.
Speaking of bittersweet note, next.
Yeah, Weezer. I like that. I like the music from the 90s. It was good. Number 5, Kamen Rider Blade.
Marcus might actually stab you.
Good.
With a blade.
No, I'm just going to stab you with a Powerade. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll do it. But Blade, the ending of this show is so bittersweet. Blade has a little bit of a problem with the lead up, but as soon as he got King form, that's when it really ramped itself up. Because as soon as he got King form, that was the end game. And, him having to, the more he transformed into it, the more he transformed into an undead. And that was that theme at the end. Because, we end up seeing him lose control a couple of times in King form because of that neck chop. But I just love watching it, especially.
Chop your fucking neck.
You won't make it that far. But I love the actual ending of it where he ends up having to give up his humanity.
Yep.
And I love how it's a lot more subtle than just, once again, like we said in our build episode 21 review, it's not so much him, sparks flying everywhere and something taking over him. It's just really subtle. It's just a single streak of green blood amongst the red. And I love that. I love how understated it was. Just like his humanity is gone. He did this all to save Kenzaki. And that's it. They can't see each other ever again. Otherwise, they're going to bring back this war and more than likely humanity will be destroyed. And I love that. I just love how a little bit more symbolic it was, and it does a lot for Blade's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in regards to Chalice. That's great.
Number 4, Kamen Rider O's.
Kamen Rider O's had a bit of a build-up problem, but once he got Putotira, that was kind of the end game. The more he used it, the more he became a crew. I can't.
Shut the fuck up.
But I'm right.
God damn it.
The more he used it, the more he became agreed.
Yes.
Until,
I hate you.
Do I even want to know what just happened?
I'm repeating exactly what he just said.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But just putting the
Goes
O's.
to show how much I pay attention.
Sorry.
But anywho.
Until Ankh gave him his core metal, not sacrificing his life
Yes.
and consciousness to make sure Edgy beat the bad guy. One, hearing Ankh do the Tajidor call,
So good.
seeing Ankh come in and kind of in spirit fight with Edgy, and everything leading up to that was just the biggest payoff of watching these two characters grow together throughout this show.
Yes. Their relationship, the brotherhood between Ankh and AJ.
Brotherhood. Please.
Number 3. Kamen Rider Guy.
Leave this one to you.
Sure.
Please do.
Gaim was great because it was one of the only, I wouldn't say only, but one of the few Kamen Riders.
We're talking about the end here.
Yeah, I know. But just like you, I'm talking about build up. Ya bitch.
My build up for not build. I cannot wait until the show ends. Not just because of the fact that I'm. You know what?
That's the positive. He cannot wait until the show ends.
It's such a positive thing.
Not like Ghost.
But yeah, my build up was because it was the end game.
Well, the build up of these characters, part of the finale. These characters were never friends. These characters were never teammates. They were never comrades. It's one of the few times where you have to watch the main writer and the secondary writer face off as a finale.
I can face off.
And watching that, I think is just great. Am I biased? Yeah. Fuck, I don't care.
It's our list.
Exactly.
This is them, by the way.
Yeah, this is us at number 3 as opposed to number 2 where we were trying to argue it before. So shut the fuck up.
Hey, you got your O's.
Exactly. Give and take.
That we did.
So I just thought that was a very good finale, especially because it ended where it kind of began and it told us it was going to. A war. So it delivered on its promise, which some Kamen Riders just don't.
No, they don't.
Number 2.
To be fair, that was an alternate reality.
But still, it was an alternate reality, but the point is that
It's still set up and payoff.
It's still set up and payoff, and it's still, the point was, I tried to stop it, but it happened anyway. Like in Time Machine.
I do have one problem.
What's that?
What is that?
That last fight was too short.
I can understand why you would think that.
It's not even a thing. It just was. You know, the last fight between the two of them. And then it
Your
turned too
opinion is
quickly.
not fact.
No, it's not fact. It's just me watching this show.
And
The last
That's
fight between
opinion, Marcus.
Anyway.
The last fight between the two of them was just simply way too short.
And that's what you think.
And I think I've seen a lot of people actually agree with me on that one.
They can think that.
But yeah, number 2.
Yep.
Kamen Rider Kuga.
That fight was too long.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't at all.
Realistically speaking,
Episodically speaking,
fair enough.
the way
In terms of the editing, it wasn't too long.
the way
In terms
they
of
did
in terms of the actual length.
it was
No.
very long. I'll give it that.
No one's gonna sit in the snow on top of a mountain for 8 hours punching each other.
They did.
In real life.
Just like
In real life.
they're monsters at that point, basically. What the fuck do you expect them to do? Not shoot out fire from their hands? Anyway, that's exactly what happened. because
Well,
it did start
you
off
know,
like that.
when we watch fantasy shows about people who transform into superheroes, we like them to be a little more realistic.
He does.
We like real.
I would
life.
like to, rewind.
That's what
to,
I want. That's what I want in my fantasy escapism is real life.
I would like to rewind to what he was talking about in X-Aid. Realism.
Eh.
Just throwing that in your face.
No, because there's a difference between realism and realistic in this case. Realistic was just...
We studied
Hold
theater.
on.
We know you're wrong.
And I studied language. But at the end of this...
So did we.
There is a specific difference between the two. Because they kept it a little bit more realistic with the consequences of their actions for X-Aid. Realism is just them, there's no outside of the very beginning when power kinesis was suddenly a thing. It's just them beating the shit out of each other for a good part of the day. And I love how it first started where
Good part of the night.
day, because it starts like in the morning.
That
But I
day for
love
night.
the scene of Yusuke and the detective, like right before he goes up.
Yeah, and there's like no words really spoken.
Yeah, no words really spoken. Then he goes up, and then it's just him and Inzaka Madeva just beating the shit out of each other. There's just like blood everywhere, and it's shot beautifully with the two of them. Like, you know, you see them transformed, then you see them untransformed, and then you just see them like constantly just punching each other. And at the end of it, there's no real like.
Because that's what I went on my fantasy show, Fight Club.
That is a fantasy.
Just a joke. Stay calm. No, Fight Clubs are real. Let's just...
No, that movie.
You're already breaking the first rule. Fair
enough.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
I love the end of this. I love just how brutal it is, just how dire the situation seems, and just the characters. I love how also there's no real like ending. You don't really end up seeing anybody like finally fall over.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like a flash, and it ends up going on to the next part of it where everybody's talking about Yusuke, where you think he might have died.
Then he's on a beach.
But then he's on a beach
and giving a thumbs up.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, hanging out with some kids or something. It's great. I love the end of this show.
No, I never said it wasn't a good show. I was just being an asshole.
Number one.
Love Kuga.
What else is new?
Fuck you.
Love you too. Number one, Kamen Rider Black.
Is that our only show writer on this list?
Yes,
that's
it's number one.
That's hysterical. We love Black.
That we do. We love this ending.
It's a great ending.
Yeah.
Everything.
And then they ruined it.
We don't talk about that. But
oh, we're going to talk about it on the next list.
yeah, sure. It starts off as soon as Shadow Moon shows up. Because that's when the monsters of the week just basically disappear.
Because you got Shadow Moon and that's all you fucking need.
Yeah. And, it's so...
Sorry, I flash back to him showing up in the Superhero Tyson movie and you freaking the fuck out.
Run, bitch! It's exactly how you said. Black might have beaten Shadow Moon at the end,
but Shadow Moon feels like he was victorious because as he put it, he's like, I made you kill me. Which, by the way, is like the main plot of a bunch of comic book villains to make the villain go down to their level.
Make the hero go down.
Yeah, sorry, make the hero go down to their level. And Shadow Moon succeeded, and that just kind of makes you go, damn.
It was such a dark and bittersweet ending, and I think that's just what made it. It's just like, you didn't win. You might have stopped me, but you didn't win.
Because you killed me.
You killed your brother. Have fun with that.
Just like that. Like a goddamn episode of Rick and Morty.
But yeah, that's the end of our list. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below.
As always, like, subscribe, follow us on Patreon, follow us on Facebook.
Support us on Patreon as well.
Yeah, that too. And Twitter.
And Facebook.
I said Facebook.
That too. But yeah.
Always put your suggestions in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys, but we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.